Shalom and good day all, and welcome to the Sinister Sons Corp. To which in this episode, or in this one, we'll be reviewing Sinister Sons Issue 5 by Peter J. Tomasi, a real writer, someone who knows how to give back to his readers. And if it's one thing I were to point out about the characters of the Sinister Sons, I think these characters are probably about the same age, if I were to guess. And they come across like they might be around the same age, where with the characters of Damien and John, we know that there is a slight age difference between them, where one's a little bit taller, one's a little bit older. But with these two characters, okay, they both have their advantages and certain abilities, which differentiate them both. Yes, one is a little bit smarter, one's a little bit more brash. So let's get to the reviewing of the Sinister Sons Issue 5. Now, moving into first things first, do these covers in any way, shape, or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence, they sort of are. And in other ways, not so much. But overall, for the first cover on the left-hand side, the one with Sinister, I give an 8 out of 10. And the one on the right-hand side, also an 8 out of 10. Even though it's not fully connected to what's happening inside of the story, it really does bring out these characters as sort of like sons of villains. Or meant to be sons of villains. It's now time to move into the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. I'll be using the variant cover for this to show this, as we have a look at the beginning of the story and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. And I must point out the cheapness of DC once again, as you can see here. Variant cover just over the top of the main one. Very cheap and lame, I must admit. So as the story begins, in this we finally get to see Sinister talking to the characters of the Sinister Sons. And a little bit before this page, we do actually get to see Sin-Sun or Korg have a bit of a daydream of sorts of sort of like being with Sinestro. And I thought that was a really good way to sort of like bring us into this issue. And sort of like then take us out of the daydream into what is actually happening within the story. And we get to see how Sinestro is sort of like confronting him and talking to him about the situation and what's happening. As we start to jump towards the middle of the story, we have the character of Sinestro taking him back to Corrigan, so basically the homeworld of where Korg is actually from. And whilst they're there, we do actually get a bit of a comic reference to the Green Lantern issues 5 to 8. So that's really good, but of course it's sort of like connecting to what's happening in the Jeremy Adams run, but also in some cases also connecting to some of the thing that Peter J. Tomasi has put in within the story too, within the beginning of the Sinister Sons and the backup stories that was in that. We also get a bit of a conversation between Lord Zod and Korg, or Sin-Sun. And he's wondering when he's going to go ahead and get that paternity test done, just to prove that the old man is his fault. Is his old man. And of course he brings up he's got his time as to when he's wanting to get it done. He just doesn't feel that this is the right time, so he's sort of like straying away from the subject. And last but not least, towards the end of the story, Sin-Sun finally makes up his mind, alongside with Lord Zod, to finally try to get the truth to learn, is Sinestro his actual father or not? So it's going to be leading to a very interesting conclusion in the next issue. For the internal art, I gave it an 8 out of 10 as I really enjoyed the art and I like it, how it works well with the characters. And like I said before, I feel that both of these characters they both feel around the same age. Even though, yes, there are slight differences, let's move into the next thing, and that is the area of the story. So, as we move into the area of the story, did we get any comic references? And sure enough, we did. Even though it might not, it didn't really need to be added, but because Peter J. Tomasi cares about his readers, he made sure, alongside with the editor, that this information was put in, to which we got reference to the Green Lantern issue 5 to 8. Next is the area of time, to which we didn't really get any indication of time. Next is the locations, or one of the locations that turned up in this story was Corrigan, so basically the home world of where Sinestro is from. So we end up having the Sinister Sons being dropped off at the home world of basically where Korg is originally from. The cast of characters consisting of Lorzod, Korg, Sinsun, Sinestro, and we had also Major Tom. For the overall story rating in this, I give an 8 out of 10. Until then, we'll see you again at the Sinister Sons Corp, hopefully with the next issue.